You're leaving me? 2018 is leaving me as well. Okay, so I like to recap, and normally on this wall hangs a big wall calendar so we can organize things like conventions and events. Because my measure of how good a year it was how much stuff did I make and do. So let's go over the calendar. Okay, so here's my year. It's not everything, but it's most things, and I'm just going to run through things. So here we go. January, we had our first company tax deadline come up. I missed it. It was bad. Good stuff happened, but yeah. And then my birthday, it was really nice. One of the things that dominated this year, you're not going to see on this calendar, is work deadlines and dreams. Dreams really was the definition of this year. First session. That was the first session of our D&D campaign. So this year we've had a pretty regular D&D campaign on Sundays that went pretty well. And we were trying to finish the second book. And that was the edit deadline, which we moved, and the cover deadline. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the artists from the first book. So we actually hired two artists. So let me grab that. And here we go. We actually had to hire two artists, and this here is the result. And very proud of that. Then we went and we visited some friends in Bristol, who we hadn't seen in a while. They actually are opening a shop, which I hope to visit. The tax deadline got missed again, and book deadlines got missed. We were really struggling at this point because work was super busy and there was just a lot going on. Black Panther, that was really fun. What was that? Tea party. Oh, that's one of Ducky's tea parties. And D&D, yeah. Now, at this point, I was also posting, like, edits of D&D, and we were trying to do it as a podcast thing. It didn't really work out, but I've got some ideas for that. Ducky picked up some poll. What's that? The one-shot vampire game. Oh, I ended up missing that. I was doing a lot of good skating around here. Some Crazy Golf, Printer Deadline, D&D. And then, here we're crossing off stuff, getting ready for the launch of the book. So this is Nielsen and setting up Etch and things like that. Now Play This, which I didn't end up going to because 2018 was kind of a year I took off conferences. Normally I do a lot of speaking engagements and things. This year I intentionally didn't book any, and I just tried to avoid conferences as a whole. Another thing, oh yes, in March, you've got GDC week, so that was a huge week because I was flying out to San Fran and a lot going on. A lot of NDA stuff I can't talk about. That was a really important week. Good stuff happened. Really good stuff happened. Like, that was crazy good. Also we had MinamiCon there, which was the launch of the actual book, where we launched the second book, the hardcover. MinamiCon, I don't know if that's a con we'll go back to. It's a good con to go to as a punter, and I'd probably go back to it as a punter. But I'm not sure it's a great vendor con for us. Let's go through here. The month of April. I skated a lot in April. We had some friends barbecue stuff. And then what's that? Oh, that's Avengers, Work Deadline, and Birmingham Comic Con, which we ended up not going to. And then we had the vote there in May, second viewing of Avengers with Ducky. What was that? Serious D&D Wednesday. Oh, I know what that is. That was me campaigning out some stuff. And Portsmouth. Did I go to Portsmouth? I must have gone to Portsmouth. I forgot about that. Flea Treatment. DevCon here. It's an internal Sony conference. I can't really talk about it. EU deadline. Oh god, this month of May, that was crazy because I had this EU deadline, which I'm not allowed to talk about, but it's a contracting gig. I don't know if I'll do it again. It was a lot more work than I expected. The hourly rate's pretty good, but it's a whole thing. The kitty's birthday. Yes, the kitty's birthday is on May... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, May 24th. Then we had MCM London. We didn't actually table at that one. Some more book stuff. Oh, and Jurassic Park. We went to go see Jurassic Park World. Yeah, okay movie. Ducky really likes Jurassic Park. More D&D. And getting on top of book 3. We also, at this point, are getting audiobook 1 and 2 done. And getting the voiceover paid for. Pride Parade, that was a good day. Did it with PlayStation again. It was good. I enjoyed it. No, I lie. I remember why this has all gone to pot. I've skipped a month. Because we had the cat birthday, the EU deadline, and then here we had this big block off for our honeymoon, delayed by a year because the 10th is our anniversary. But we went off, so we went to Cambridge for a barbecue, and then we went off, and then I got really sick, and I ended up in the hospital. Then I was in the hospital for over a week. It was a while. I was really badly sick. I had some surgery. Really fucked up my summer. So I'd been skating so much up till this point, and then that really fucked up my summer. So shit just went down horribly. This EU deadline came to bite me in the back with revisions. It was a horrible month. June was horrid, and we were in the middle of this heat wave. And oh my god, June was such a month. The heat wave was crazy, and I was so angry because I couldn't skate, because I was expecting to do Red July, which was skate every day, but I was still not healed. And then, yes, we were also at the same time trying to finish the audiobook. It was a rough period. Middle of the year was probably the roughest time for us. So yeah, Pride Parade, what actually ended up happening was we were meant to do it with Sony, because I was thinking to myself, what was the Pride Parade this year? And then I realised I missed it. I just totally missed it. I think. No, I did it. But, I was meant to skate it and I couldn't skate it. But then I did it, because I did it with Sony. And, no, I remember now. I do remember. It was a difficult time. Develop, I didn't even go down to develop, which I normally even nip down for a day or so, even when I'm because I was skipping conferences and I was still recovering. Man, that was a rough period. Audio physical deadline because we were getting audio CDs printed. These Sony half days you see are this thing that Sony does where we get the Friday half days off. Oh, one sec. Sorry about that. Got a delivery. Where were we? We were these Sony half days you see. They're basically a Sony perk, which in the summer we get a bunch of half-day Fridays, not included in a holiday, just part of the thing, because London in the summer, just great. London Film and Comic-Con, we did that, LFCC, so that was first big con back. I was mostly healed up. It was an interesting con. It's based in London. A lot of people skip it for reasons. We probably will do it again. It's not the best con for us, but it's London and it's local, so it's great. You'll also start noticing these green dots. Because I missed so much skating, I started tracking when I was able to get out on my skates. And you'll see it's a lot less than I'd like. Because, and at this point I'm actually commuting on skates. Just to find time in the day to skate before the summer's gone. Because I was just so crushed, spent so much time in hospital. August, Laura's birthday, Cat went on holiday, D&D. I think that's just renewal of some meds stuff. Exapunk, I was really excited for Exapunk. It ended up coming out earlier, but Sony New Forest, that's our makeup trip for the honeymoon thing we missed. Ended up being a nice little getaway. Really needed it at that time. Unfortunately no skating during that period, but that was great. Fleet treatment, what's this? Can't read Ducky's handwriting. No D&D, Jack sucks. But we had pretty good D&D. Oh, at this point, this 40-page deadline, I decided at LFCC that I was finally going to do the dev comic. And one sec, I will get that. That is this. So that's what this became. And that was a huge achievement this year. That was really great. Oh, also, while I'm showing off bits, this is from DevCon. This is a little caricature I had drawn at DevCon, which was kind of cute. But yeah, the comic was a big thing. I mean, I was working really hard at work for work deadlines, but then this, which is a story of stuff that's happened in the games industry, all 100% true, just anonymous. from friends. Yeah, that was a huge achievement because I was coming back and I was doing like 4 or 5 hours of drawing a night from start of September. Yeah, it was when I came back from the New Forest, start of September, and then hit 40 pages already there. And then it was a really hardcore deadline. Then we had WinterCon. WinterCon was tough for us this year because it was in a tent and it rained. It's a great con. We like going to it. It was a very hard con for us. Turns out selling these books is tough. Selling books is tough. But we're still going at it. That's a meet. And we went to go visit our friends Katie and John in Cornwall. They, while I'm on this, I still been meaning to play it on stream, but I've not been streaming much. They, around this time, were getting their game, Smash Hit Plunder, done. But the reason why I'm having trouble streaming this one and why I need to set up is because it's got a social screen and it's really a cooperative game. So to capture this, to really give it the sense that it needs, you need to capture not only the VR headset, but what's on screen as well, which is like a 2 capture card setup, which is kind of tricky. But yeah, they were in the middle of tying all this up when we visited. But yeah, 80-page deadline, Kat's birthday, and then, yeah, we had MCM London, and that was huge for us. It was the launch of the comic, and we did quite well at MCM London, and definitely would do again. But you'll notice the green dots have dried up. Honestly, powering through that comic just devoured my time. Can't remember what the blue dots were for. Oh, Beat Saber. Beat Saber came out, really enjoyed Beat Saber, and I was just going hard at Beat Saber in the mornings. Some more skating, some tax deadlines, which I still haven't finished. Remember that tax deadline there? We rushed to finish it in time. We're trying not to repeat it this year. So yeah, this was, honestly, this looks blank, but this was me nail-biting busy at work. The stream started evolving a bit on November, and that was because I was just so busy at work. Ducky's birthday, and then huge date. Went to visit my brother, but then huge date. The beta server goes live for Dreams. That was just massive. If you could see work deadlines on here, oh my god, you would see the stress of this period. And then I had server coverage days over the holidays, and yeah, so that is the year. I think there's one other thing to show you before this year summary is done. Yeah, so I'm doing this all on my I'm doing this all on my phone. But there's some information on my computer that needs to be gone over as well. And instead of doing captures of the screen, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to continue to use my phone, just because I think it's kind of cute to have all this on phone in sort of long form. So one of the things that GitHub does is... Okay, so that there is my Git contributions for the year. Not great, but it's there, and I thought I'd include it. Then how are we looking at videos? So on the video side, you'll notice I got some stuff done in early January with Easy Saturday Skate, and I started those things. Night Skate, I really enjoyed editing that one, and some chill long form. But as I say, the skating early in the year was great, but not so great later. Let me just go back to the previous page. Here we go. But yeah, I got hit in the teeth a bit with the announcement earlier that year. And then, yeah, there's some Sunday D games I've got to edit. But generally speaking, the skating really trimmed down compared to previous years. Got some D&D stuff to still show, but, you know, that's kind of where it was. And honestly, that's where the Daily December challenge came from, was to be back on the video train, because I do want to do more videos again. Probably not daily, fucking hell, no, but in the new year we'll probably look at weekly, what my commitment's going to be. So now the Twitch streams are pretty damn small, but as you can see, they were pretty consistent from January through to November, and then I sort of tailed off. I am going to get back onto Twitch. I just haven't this month because of Dreams, and because most of the stuff I'm talking about I can't really show. 2,000 live views really isn't that much, or 2,800 live views really isn't that much. But as long as there's a few people in chat, I'm actually happy, because it's about performance for me. It's about making stuff. It's about doing stuff like this, even if those numbers are quite low. And that's really what it's about for me. It's about me taking some time to make sure these are actually decent. So when I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, I made videos back in 2005 or whatever. I've been doing this stuff for too long. But yeah, you know, a lot of people do New Year's resolutions. I do New Year's resolutions. I don't talk about them though. That's a great thing about Shut Up. Zip It, it's called. But I had a very big 2018. And dreams is the biggest part of that, and it's the part I can't talk about. Oh my god. Dreams was just huge. Huge. And I cannot express how big Dreams was to me this year. It was massive. So, next year it's even bigger. We're going to do more, hopefully talk about more stuff. And you are going to see me on YouTube, and you're going to see me back on Twitch, because hopefully the madness has kind of ended. I don't think I'll be going back to the 5 days a week Twitch schedule I had. But there will be a schedule of some description. Weekly YouTube, I think that's a safe bet. But yeah, we're gonna go through that, and we're gonna see how it goes. And if there's one thing I can ask from anyone who's made it to the end of this video, other than dropping a like or whatever the fuck YouTube has when you watch this video, because YouTube changes up their system, is go and check out these, and if you have checked them out, dropping us a review like on Amazon or whatever. You would not believe how much that helps us, and yeah, it just really helps us. Okay, so that is Toodles. That is where I'm going to end it, and I will see you all in the new year. Bye.